Hello, everybody. Rage Cage 20 here. Let me take you on a journey. Blast from the past. Young man, college, bachelor's degree, music, major. That might. That's semi-important. Looking up a bunch of different symphonic kind of metal groups after. No, remember why. Felt like it, I guess. It was too many years ago to remember the details of the story. Stumbling across a lot of people with Ia at the end of their name. Nemesia, Krypteria, quite a few. I think there was another one. Xandria, yeah. A lot of Ias at the end. And would you shut the fuck up? Hey! Okay, sorry if you can hear it. And one of those Ia groups, I found a lot of one that I need to go check her out again. I don't remember I don't know. Anyways, I found a lot of different groups. Brought me to a lot of different bands that I still enjoy listening to today. Serenia, that's another one of them. Yeah, Serenia. And this was one of them, Krypteria. Initially found, For You I'll Bring the Devil Down, the video. Amazing. I liked it. Real good. Then proceeded to look up a little bit more, just a peek more. Why not more than that? I don't know. But I also saw the video for Live to Fight Another Day. Another amazing Krypteria song. And that's all I know, Krypteria. Those are the only two songs I've heard from Krypteria. I loved them both. Just recently started listening to them again after a couple year hiatus. Just those two songs. Haven't heard any other ones. And I looked up whether they were still doing stuff or not, and it seems like the answer is no. I researched a long time ago, so if I'm wrong, my bad. But I'm pretty sure the reason they split up was because their lead singer, again, I'm not great with pronunciations, but I'll do my best. I think it's Ji-in Cho. Their lead singer. I think she became a mom. I think she got pregnant and had a kid, and I think she stopped, stopped touring and stopped doing music stuff to be a mom. So, a shame. But they did have a couple albums in the meantime, and for some reason, near the point where they stopped doing stuff, I don't know if they never got on the YouTube scene or whatnot, but like a lot of their YouTube videos went away. So pretty much every version of any of their songs you're going to find is not by them. But like versions that people saved. And like most of their shit you can't find on Spotify, which is in the comment section of every single video. There's like maybe one, maybe two albums tops of theirs that's in. I think they only have like 4 or 5 albums, but two of their huge albums, like the one we're gonna look at today, and the one that Live to Fight Another Day on, My Fatal Kiss and All Beauty Must Die, not on Spotify. Why, I don't know, but it pains me because I would love to blast this shit at work, at least those 2 songs, but I can't. So we're going to explore more of Krypteria here, but before I actually start committing to a full CD, I want to check out another song of theirs to see, do I want this shit? Do I want to go through all of this, or is it just those 2 songs that blew me away? We're going to find out. And what better song to start with on My Fatal Kiss than My Fatal Kiss? So that's what we got here today, Krypteria, My Fatal Kiss. Lyrics look fucking cool. So only being my 3rd song ever being heard from Krypteria. So fuck if I know how this is gonna go. But I am excited. As I mentioned, those lyrics look fucking bomb. Look crazy, and I am excited to see how we go forward, how this goes forward here. Now, all honesty, I like their instrumental tracking and what their instruments do, but from my experience, it seems like instrumentally, it's a little bit basic, not bad by any means, but just kind of a little simple. And the main attraction, the kind of a little bit like in this moment where the instruments are just a little simple. Occasionally there's some like really cool shit that will come out. It's like, oh man, that's fucking awesome. Like a six solo or some piano work or something that will come out. It's like, oh fuck yeah. But mainly it's just put down a foundation so that our amazing lead singer can be an amazing lead singer. From my experience so far, which is very limited with Krypteria, it seems like that's kind of around the same lines of, well, just keep it basic, lay down the foundation so this amazing singer that y'all can see up here just can do her thing. So we'll see if that trend continues or not. My Fatal Kiss, let's go. I'm excited. That's good. Oh, that was the end. Was that the intended end? Shit. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I feel like I need to stop reading the lyrics beforehand. This is like the second time this has happened, and last one was with Bad Omens, to where I look at the lyrics and reading the lyrics like I'm expecting something. I'm expecting something maybe a little darker, maybe a little bit more like devious, creepy, angry, mischievous, dark. And then when it's just kind of light and almost happy sounding, it's like, To me, it's almost like missed opportunity. Like, you could have really leaned into these lyrics and got fucked up with it. And instead, it's like, yay, are you sure about this? So like, maybe I need to stop reading the lyrics beforehand because I'm having these unrealistic expectations, I guess. But with that being said, instrumentally, yeah, that was bitching. I liked the riffs that was going on in the verses, great chords in the chorus, cool little screaming punch and kick into certain sections. Awesome. Vocally, beautiful, very well done. And there's a little bit of the I've noticed this in the other two songs as well. There's definitely a little bit more of that kind of Halloween nasal kind of sound that just comes with a lot of different languages. French is a great nasal language, as well as a lot of Asian languages and dialects also has a lot of very nasally and hollow, and you can hear that dialect come through in the way she sings a lot of times. You can kind of hear that nasally sound to her tone in general. Rock and metal in general is supposed to have a little bit of nasal to it in general, but there's like, you can tell, like, if you did not see her at all or whatnot, if you were just listening to this just purely based off of the tone that she sings with, you could be like, she Asian? Like, I feel like you could pick that up, which is not a bad thing. It's just something to keep in mind. It feels like the tonality sometimes is like, feels like it's a little too nasally, maybe almost out of tune. That's so nasally, but like it's not. It still falls in there. Just fine. It's just on some of those notes. Like, there's a lot of nasal backed into there, which, yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's just something to note, really. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I liked it. There's a lot of parts of me that liked it, but there was just also something that just like, it didn't quite do it for me like the other songs. Like, the other songs were just like, yeah. And this one, something about it just didn't do it for me. And I'm not sure what it is yet. No, maybe we can figure it out when we go back through it. And it honestly easily could just be like the message of the song, I felt was going to be delivered with, like, in the way that the lyrics are singing to me. Because if you look through this here, I'm sure this could be taken in multiple different ways, multiple different meanings and whatnot. But obviously based off of the picture of like two parts of herself, one like in pure white and one in pure darkness and black and whatnot. It could be like the angel and devil inside you kind of thing. So it's very easily that's like kind of like the darkness in your head, like whatever that represents to you. Could be maybe depression or the voices that tell you to harm yourself or something, just kind of coming in, just being like, hey, I'll be really nice to you if you do this for me, kind of whatnot. Even parts in there it says like, are you ready to take me a little further, or do I have to do this myself, kind of thing. So that easily could be an internal debate inside you, or literally could be you're in there's many relationships like this. Like, first thing that comes to mind is like yandere, I think is how the American pronunciation of it, like that kind of like, I'll do anything for you, like a ride or die bitch that would literally kill for you or whatnot. And there's even that reverse male to female kind of, just like a girl that's just like, you're gonna have to do this for me if you want to be together, kind of thing. So you're ready to kill someone for me or whatnot, and they make you do crazy shit, and then you end up going to jail and whatnot. So it could be an actual relationship, two different people kind of fucked up scenario like that, or it could be some kind of internal battle or whatnot. But the lyrics themselves are so dark, twisted, conniving, like manipulative and just like, oh, you know what I mean? And I thought it was gonna come out that way vocally, and I feel like it didn't. And so it was just like, I don't know. Part of me is just like, man, I like this, but like super missed opportunity is just kind of what my brain is going through here. But let's go back through it. I'm gonna keep an open mind this time. Now that the initial reaction is out of the way, I'm gonna go back through. I'm gonna keep an open mind. And we'll see what we come up with here. Alright, so the first thing I got written down here is that riff, that guitar riff that started off after that very exciting intro. That blew my mind. I was just like, what's going on here? Oh, I was like trying to look at like, is it lyrics happening right here? Or is it just little preamble stuff in here? And then that guitar riff kicked in. I was like, that's fucking cool. And that little like screaming screech it has in there, I was fucking bitching. And then then her voice, which maybe the effect that she had on her voice when she comes in for this verse that we'll check out. It kind of emphasizes that like in your head, kind of another voice in your head kind of theme here, because it was like very echoey and kind of distant-ish, kind of making it sound like it's coming from inside you or something. I thought that was pretty cool. And then we're gonna check out the first verse into the chorus, probably check out the second verse, and then after the next chorus kind of thing. Standard look at how all this takes place. So let's start from the beginning. Yeah, now going through this song, I'm theorizing later it was the "Can you handle this" line. Now it's confirmed. Very cool start there. I like that. As a sick fucking riff right there. Also, we'll mention this later because they did it later as well. This one's a different effect though. They were having fun with the panning on that "Can you handle this" voice. Like later it goes like one ear into the other, just hops back and forth. This one kind of like moved back and forth, which is kind of cool. If you don't have headphones, and I highly suggest headphones and listen for that. That's a very cool effect there. But that guitar riff is just tasty, man. That's some good shit right there. Moves a lot. Yeah. Love that little screech in there. That's fucking sick. Yeah, let's go. I like how the guitars and the vocal lines playing off of each other. There'll be little pops of chords and guitar notes in between her vocals, and then meet with her vocals. They're playing off of each other very nicely in here. I mean, second glance through it, it's pretty. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Now I think that I've gotten kind of over that effect on her voice, and kind of gotten used to it, and kind of listening to a little bit of not necessarily grit, but a little bit of intensity in her voice. It's alright. It's pretty good. It's pretty good here. Let me hear a little bit more. Listen to these guitars and the vocals playing off of each other here. Yeah. Yeah, that's I remember that, because I remember the instruments kind of faded and then stopped and then faded in, which was a really cool effect. But the mixing of "Can you handle this" into "My Fatal Kiss," "Can you handle this, my fatal kiss," it kind of it almost rhymes with each other, and it just slides into the chorus like that. That's a really cool transition to the chorus there. I like that. I like that. A really nice stop on the instruments on the last word, and they punch back in afterwards. Very, very cool. I can't tell if it's louder or what in the second and last chorus, but I could still hear it in the first one. I just didn't notice it as much the first time through, and I don't know if it's because it comes in louder or something in the second chorus. Not 100% positive, but you can hear the da 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 da, just these like really high, almost like piano sounding notes, just kind of chiming over the top, which is really cool. And the da 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 kind of notes in there. We'll go back a little bit and see if we can find that. But yeah, the little note she does at the end of some of those and whatnot. It starts out, and this is where I really started to notice this. There's so much bite of that nasal sound, on the kind of is syllables in there, like kiss and is and miss and. It's just like you can clearly hear that nasal tone coming in there, which again is not very bad. It's just very different, and it kind of sends the ears through a loop of just like, oh, this is weird. This is kind of unique here. This is a very interesting sounding voice. It's like no way bad. It's so strong that definitely is. Your ears pick that up, just like what's going on here. So let's break this down a little bit. I like that. I like that little note, the interval pattern, that embellishment there. That's really beautiful. You hear that, like that it's hard to hear. I think it's louder in the next chorus, if I'm not 100% positive, but there's just little notes da, 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 up there in the top. Yeah, I like that punch back into that riff. It's really fucking cool. Alright. So let's say 155. I want to get a little taste of this other verse, though. Hold on. Right. I like the way she does the a little death, a little kill, murder. I like how she, this time through it, kind of pushes up the just gets this really cool rhythm with it, kicks it up the speed a little bit. I was pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like it's like a little bit more energy, a little bit more sound in the second chorus. I like the second verse a lot. The second verse is pretty dang good. I think they take away a little bit of that kind of echoey effect, or you just get used to it by that point. I think that's a good choice. But yeah, that second verse is pretty bitchin'. That second verse is pretty bitchin'. But yeah, I feel like there's a little bit more energy from the chords and stuff and the guitars, and I feel like just like a touch or two louder on the little extra high notes in there. But I mean, it's relatively, those notes are relatively around the same volume, but like I feel like you can notice them a little bit more. But I'm not sure if I'm just imagining that or not. I have no idea. But around 155, we'll just jump a little bit further here towards the end of the chorus. On the "Can You Handle This?" First off, it's pans back and forth. Then it's in both ears, and it like starts rising and rising and rising until it's just like almost like yelled out at the end there, which was really fucking cool effect. Then I want to check out the last chorus because maybe it's louder. I do not know. I can't remember, but let's let it keep rolling here. And the rumbliness of that bass plus the weird distorted produced sound that's going on for it on it is like really cool. It's really heightening what's happening with the vocal line here like even more. It's a very cool sound. And it sounds like guitar starts kicking in there. It sounds like maybe a little violin going on there or some kind of synth sound. Very cool. I just could tell that they actually was starting to get a little bit more aggressive in my ears from the vocal line there when those came in. That is one hell of a belt right there. That is one hell of a bitchin' belt right there. Now, my only problem with this section is like, I don't know. I don't know why this comes to me, why I felt this way about this song and Bad Omens, but it happened in both of them, interestingly enough. Is it gets to a point where, like, you know, obviously you have the little whisper whatnot going back and forth, that's really cool, but then when it like starts like rising, when it starts to get more aggressive and whatnot, you can just kind of hear that just like almost mocking tone in it, but also the like aggression, almost maybe a little bit of anger coming out. It's just like, and then when that belting screaming yell that she does in there, that's like the tone, not like the tone itself, but like the tone of the whole piece, like just the emotional tone and like level of like mockingness, anger, aggression, like sinisterness that I thought that we were going to get through this whole piece. Like we finally get the tone of the message that I thought this whole song was going to be. And it's just like hearing it's just like, oh man, why wasn't that this whole song? Like, why wasn't the whole song this? Because that part's so fucking powerful, and it's just like, dude, if they would have came with that from minute one, like from second one of this song, it would have been like, oh, my life's different now. You know, you feel me? You know, am I crazy? So it's just like, it's like my only problem is it's too awesome, and that's how awesome the whole thing should have been. It's really good, but it's just like if that tone just from these few seconds here was the entirety of the song, it would have gone from like, oh, really, really good song to like, holy shit, have you heard this? You need to hear this. Is my problem with it. It's like what it could have been. So it's whatever. It's still really good, but it just, it's fine. I need to hear that belt again. I need to hear the build and the belt again, and then we'll listen to this last chorus. I mean, we'll just let the song roll out to the end. Why not? But so I think a lot of it is the same things I noted. I just want to hear if it's like more intense during the last chorus or not. I feel like it was, but I don't know. Did I mark myself? Yeah. That chord in there, it's like a horror movie chord in there. It's like kind of brimming at the top of my ears. That's very interesting. I hear it more on this side than I think I do on this side, but I feel like I'm hearing it both. That was cool. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, I feel like those notes are louder than they have been before. The da 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 da. Plus the guitar chords. So it was like all the energy is pushed way more, which should be what happens generally. Like you want, especially the last chorus, but like each chorus in a way should get progressively more epic and energized the more the song goes, instead of just having it exactly the same every single time. So I mean that's really really good. And this last time feels like it's like even more than the last, which again I feel like is what should happen, and that's really fucking cool that it just feels like it's pumping energy in here. Yeah. It's like, wait a second. It's a very abrupt ending, yet still kind of cool. Still pretty cool. I feel like normally it would have gone like one more repeat of that phrase, and then had an outro with that kind of sound. But I mean, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. That's pretty. That's funny. Yeah, I'll try like that. Yeah. I don't think we need to repeat what has been said. You know my feelings. I really liked it. I just longing for more, but that's all right. But what that brings into debate is my future with this group. Now I don't know. I think my initial thought, my initial reaction is that I might go through the album, but like if there's songs that are just not wowing me, not doing it for me, maybe we leave those out. I mean, I usually don't do that because it's like I want to go through the album because I'm sure there's gonna be songs in here that are just gonna be like, this is fucking awesome. But I also have a fear that there might be a couple that's just like, that was all right. And I don't want to. I don't, I don't mind if I release stuff that's like that, but it's like maybe in this one, maybe we experiment a little bit, and if I'm just like, it was okay, it wasn't one of their like awesome ones, maybe I just delete that video. Maybe that one just doesn't get released, and we just try to find the really awesome ones. I'm not 100% positive on how I feel about that, how that's going to be going forward, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I like Krypteria. Just not sure what my future's going to be with them. But hey, let me know what you think. I will see you all next time.